My name is Beston. I live in Cape Town. Also, I do delivery. Interbet helped me to realize my dreams. Now I have my own delivery vehicle and I'm able to do the removal in and around Cape Town.
Race number 5 on the day, 1900 meters, the distance 14:55. The off time, race 5 is the start of jackpot number 1, and it looks to be a competitive race that jackpot 1 will start with. And before we get into it, let's have a look at Pirate Prince when finishing third.
Then Marauding Horde, one-way traffic goes in, still got 4 or 5 to make up, down to business on the outside. Baratheon's fighting back at Pirate Prince over the last 150. Down to business is running on strongly on the outside, and it's Baratheon down to business, Raise Hallelujah. Down to business coming to claim them all. Down to business won it. Raise Hallelujah, Baratheon, maybe Indian Ocean ran fourth.
Yeah, I said Pirate Prince finished third. The error on my side, it was actually 5th position that Pirate Prince finished last time out in 5th position, and that was in the Lonsdale Stirrup Cup. He was only beaten 3 lengths behind Down to Business, and he's a horse that seemed to be quite consistent of late. He's been seldom far off the action, fairly close up in his races. He ran in the Highland Knight behind Cape Eagle, only beaten just over half a length, so he's got the right form. And what we must also take into account is that he was a winner on this day last year when beating Cape Town Beauty in the 1900. So this exact same race, he was a winner in Pirate Prince. He does race on a mark of 11 points higher in a slightly bigger field, but I think he brings the right form to the table to make him a huge contender for top honours. He's at around 4-1 in the market. Favourite is number 7, Willow's Wish, who's a horse that has finished 4th in a number of his recent starts. Richard Fourie takes a ride. I think the positive with him is that he's dropped a bit in the ratings, now racing off a mark of 91, which may assist him. And he's a horse that has run second in this race in the past. I think it was 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. If not, maybe last year he ran second. But he has run on Breeders' Day before without being successful. But he has certainly run into the money. And it is what you make of race number 5. I can't have all the confidence with number 7, Willow's Wish, but I can certainly have quite a bit of confidence with number 11, Pirate Prince.
I'll tell you what, I tipped this horse last year to win this race. I'm not tipping him this year. Last year, I thought he was ideally prepped going into the race. Yeah, 11, Pirate Prince. He was ideally prepped going into the race last year. This year, he's had a nice prep, especially his last start where he was carrying 52. That form line has held up exceptionally well. The stable, the combination, lots of positives. But, it's a year later, and it's a year since his last win. And, we'll see if it's a cycle with number 11, Pirate Prince. He'll have followers. He does go into my pick 6. But I like a few other runners here. I'm going to give you them in just numerical order. 5, Etiquette, Guard Puller's runner. Polish Specialist. I think this could be a nice roughie to include in everything. Don't read too much into his last starts. For whatever reason, it was a tough field, we know, but he was just one pace throughout. He's better than that. He's better on the poly. Number 7, Willow's Wish. Yeah, I think he ran in the KZN Breeders' Mile last year. He ran behind the winner, MK's Pride. I think he ran around 4 lengths, finishing towards the back of the field. It wasn't a big field, if I can remember, 9 runners. And then his last start, the form line of his last start behind this horse called Sugar Blast has really held up well with the subsequent winner and Razor Hallelujah coming from there as well. So there's a line of form of Razor Hallelujah against number 7, Willow's Wish, and number 11, Pirate Prince. But then this mare, number 9, the 6-year-old, I think one has to take serious account of her. I think she could be nicely weighted here, 55.5. If you refer to the best weighted column, Rael, it's quite tight, but she marginally tops it, the mare, horse number 9, Magical Flight. So I'm going to put. She
won on this day last year?
Yeah, she also, that's the type of thing. Yeah, they got a lot of horses that, are used to the conditions and the weights of this race meeting, and most of them come from Sean Terry. This horse number 9, Magic Flight. when she won with Serena, you know, she was given a super confident ride that day. You know, you need to pass that confidence onto her rather than let her just roll in front. And I think Serena, when he got off her that day, he just said, you know, I just like the way she gave me that confidence when I was riding her in front. That's when you get the best out of her. And I think Samanga Kumalo, who also has won on her in the past, he knows her quite well. And when she won last year, it was the KZN Breeders 1600 for fillies and mares. So she's here now in the KZN Breeders 1900. So let's see how she goes against this type of field. I'm just leaning slightly towards her as a top choice because I think the conditions of the race and the way it could be run, if she gets, you know, a soft lead from the draw, dictates she's one that's not going to throw in the towel. So if you ask me for my top choice, is going to be number 9. But I think these 4 runners will be good enough here, right? For me, 5, 7, 9, and 11 for the pick 6.
Yeah, I like number 5, Etiquette, as a nice roughie. So I agree with you there. On the last run on Breeders' Day last year, he comes into the race 4 kgs bet off at the weight with the Pirate Prince, and he was only beaten just over 2.5 lengths. So at 16-1, he could certainly represent some nice value. Dee's likes number 9, Magical Flight. I like number 11, Pirate Prince, and then number 7, Willow's Wish is the other horse to include.
Good fun. Days like these are great. You get the whole industry together, and to have, you know, companies and corporations like Interbet and Cape Racing who are so generous with sort of time and energy into making a day like this possible is it's fantastic for everyone.